how time flies. Hey, Cynthia, Wyoming. Hey, everybody in the background. Well, let me see. Tiffany, master of deflection. Oh, she certainly is, as is she. But before we play that, and I have the video all set up, and did I catch Jason House in a lie? Donna B, how are you? Jason. You know, it's really interesting. Let me see here. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. Potato, what are you doing to people? Somebody stop Potato from talking. My goodness. Of course, Potato, good luck with that. That just facts truly hurts. And Mr. Brown wants to say, are you a resident of Dalton, Rodney? What? They wanted everybody to come in, right? They wanted the world to know. They went to YouTubers, right? But I guess we're a different kind of breed of YouTubers. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Okay, sounds good, Wyoming. Yeah. Why do you want to stop Potato from talking? Because he was talking about St. Patrick's and Kiana Belcher possibly throwing up those 12 pages of documents saying the building is unsound, but now it's so usable. Interesting. Anywho. Oh, we gotta do this fair use, right? Oh, yeah. Why do you want to stop Potato from talking? What did he do to you? He's a Marine of 12 years, fought for your country, and you want to shut him up. Okay. Good luck with that. Potato doesn't do that. Okay, so we're going to start October 23rd, 2023, sorry. And found some interesting things. Here we go.
My name is Edward C., former trustee Edward C. Good to see the board, the mayor, the administration, the trustees. You can watch this last board meeting that we had was on the Dalton Trustees YouTube page. I really want to address the law of the city of Dalton. The village of Dalton says the trustees pick the committees, and the mayor doesn't follow that. It is hard, Brother Stan, to see you struggle with them numbers. Struggle. When you don't legally, you don't have the right to do it. But you don't follow the law of the village, you follow the law of the mayor. The reality is, the saying is, we want our town to look like Orland Park. Don't you want your town to look like Orland Park? You'll never have a town to look like Orland Park when you got a mayor that will dress up like Nino Brown, will have a DJ at a board meeting, or put clapback videos at night with the light in their face like a scary movie. You'll never have that type of representation. Notice that the mayor used the term fake news. Who used the term fake news? A notorious liar who will lie about everything. You can have Trump on tape saying something, and he'll say fake news.
And now he's president once again. Just wanted to throw that out there.
He'll say, do your investigation, all the reports, all the money that's being spent frivolously, irresponsible, without board approval. It's unacceptable. And if you accept that because you can get a roof, or you can give trees, which is all well and good, but she's blowing up the budget without the board of trustees. You got a finance person in Jason House, which that's his profession. Kiana Belcher, that's her profession, but they're not on the town village trustees, town finances at all, because it's personal. So it's not about what's right and what's wrong. Brother Stan, you got to stand up. That's why I congratulate you that night I won. But you won, I congratulated you because I wanted you to stand up because you know it's right. You've been a 30-year resident. You say that all the time, and you let her and you demean yourself by struggling through the numbers. That's not 33 years. That's not even your position. It should be the other trustees' position because they make the laws and the rules and the sounding committees. But he don't follow what the board says, the law says. You follow what the mayor says. That's the trouble. That's it. Follow the Dalton Trustee YouTube page and the Facebook page because there's going to be more content because there's so much misinformation that's getting out there and being spread. And there's so much mismanagement of taxpayers' money, your taxpayers' money. Thank y'all. You have a good evening.
Okay, next on the agenda.
But, hey, French. Tony from the UK. How are ya? Clearwater Beach, oh, it's calling me. This is what I don't understand. I thought the trustees had an ordinance in place that the trustees made up the committees. So how did Stan Brown become chair of the finance committee? That's something I don't understand. Maybe somebody can tell me in the chat, because I'm a little confused by that. And if it's an ordinance that the trustees make up the committees themselves, why haven't they done it? And why did it switch when Ed Steve lost the election and Stan Brown was elected? So I'm confused about that. But here we go.
It's corporate bills. Trustee Stan Brown.
This is for you, Ed.
Go on, Stan.
Okay, what I'm reading that. Next time. Electronic bills, August the 31st, 2023. Corporate payment register, $257,082.90. Water fund register, $353,479.95. Sewer fund register, $1,058.63. American Rescue Plan, $32,550. Melanie Fitness register, $159.67 for a total corporate payments of $644,331.15. We get a motion to accept those bills as read.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
A motion and second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Stanley Brown,
Aye.
Trustee House,
Aye.
Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, so I don't have the electronic warrant list that he just read off. Dave's, you have a channel? I thought it was just your name, Dave's channel. French Wrench, can you put his link in the description, please? So now we're going to discuss public works contracts, okay? Yeah, please hit the like button, and if you so choose to, subscribe. Thank you. Well, French Wrench, put it in the chat, will you? Link to Dave's channel.
All right. Trustee Stan Brown.
This time I'll read the warrant vendor report. October the 2nd, 2023, corporate payment register, $2,550,341.67. Gross payroll, September 8th, 2023, $496,763.08. Gross payroll, September 22nd, 2023, $493,629.25. Additional payroll checks, $3,640.16. Melanie Fitness Center register, $10,795.88 for a total corporate payment of $3,555,170.04.
Now, I do have this warrant list that he just read from. And here it is. There you go. Okay. Go ahead, Stan.
To accept the bill that's being read.
All right. Is there a second? Is there a second? It's been motioned by Trustee Stan Brown. Is there a second?
Motion.
It's a second by Trustee Holmes. Any discussion?
I have a comment, Mayor.
Go ahead.
Well, my question is, for the Public Works, the agreement that we had, 4 years of hard work that those gentlemen did, they are entitled to retro payments. I was stated this at the last board meeting, and my stance on this is still the same. We have many bills on this warrant list
that our vendors that have done work. I appreciate the passion and things that are done. Similarly, those individuals have worked for 4 years. They have at this moment not been paid their 4 years of retro payments. So my question is, do we have a date when that is expected?
I stated this at the last board meeting, that when we negotiated the contract and put it up for a vote, Public Works already know they're not getting their retro until the following year. We then put it up for them to get paid. They have already received an increase in their salaries or in their pay as it relates to whatever the agreement was for the contract. Just like I know that we don't have money to pay retro for them or the police department. So everyone's waiting on retro pay.
Thank you. So I will give my stance just so that I'm stating it again, and I will state this at every board meeting. If we have money for all these other items, we should have money to pay those individuals. And it's frustrating to hear. On one hand, we got grants, we got all this other money, and I think this is kind of the haze coming off of the smoke and mirrors. The reality is, if we don't have the money, we don't have the money. We should not keep on incurring more bills, more debt, and piling on to the deficit. Some meetings we come in there and say, okay, you keep on trying to scare residents with big words like deficit. Had another resident tell me deficits are scary. That's just the reality. So as we sit here, we passed a contract or an agreement that said that these gentlemen will be paid in 90 days. We should not have entered into a contract if we couldn't honor it. So as we're going through these bills, and I really mean this, I will not be approving every bill until these individuals are paid. That's just my vote and where I stand on it. Thank you.
All right, for the record, pay attention, residents.
Yeah, pay attention, residents, because here comes a deflection. Number one.
I know it's election time for some that wants to be mayor, and Trustee House is campaigning. He had never had a voice as long as he has sat on this board when I was a trustee with him. And guess what? The thing that we made happen is we put their contract before us, meaning the Public Works and also the police department. Prior to that, 4 years ago, this same problem existed. He could have had the same sentiments, same questions to Mayor Riley. No one ever thought to make them whole, but guess what? You're a mayor, Tiffany Henyard. So with that being said, he knows this. He could have said something 4 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, as it relates to making them whole. They voted to basically approve their contract, and in negotiations, which we said at the board meeting, the lawyers know, the lawyers here that actually negotiated the contract, they know they're not getting the back pay until the following year. Everyone knows that. If that's the case, then why vote for the contract? It was our way of saying, hey, we are with you. We're going to make sure you're complete, meaning it made whole. Give us time. But until then, we're going to make sure that you get an increase in your salary, which the board did not actually figure out what they're going to get the money for to pay the increase in their salary. So if you pay attention to our salaries that we pay out every 2 weeks is basically $500,000 just about. So where did you get the extra $100,000 increase to make them whole? Where are we going to find them funds to make sure we can keep up with the increase in payroll? So no one's thinking about any of these things, but everybody talking. Then you want to say, hey, I'm not going to pay any vendors. The vendors are doing the work. What they got to do with that? Nothing. The vendors are doing the work. The residents are getting service. Your trees are getting trimmed. Concrete is getting poured. If there is a water main break, they come out and guess who fills the hole? You have EPA issues. You have all kinds of things that actually happen in this village. So for them to sit here and keep saying they're not going to pay somebody because of a contract, Trustee House, stop it. Stop politicking up here and take care of the residents.
Did House say that? He wasn't going to pay the bills because of a contract? I'm sorry, I didn't hear him say that.
Care of the vendors that actually came and did the work in our time of need. I don't like the fact, and I'm gonna repeat, that these trustees sit here and put us in the negative with things because they do not pay people. So a lot of people be afraid to come and do work here at the village because we are known.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I just caught that. How do you get into a negative balance by not paying people? Oh, I stopped at a very rude moment, didn't I? Yeah, they're gonna discuss trees, Dave. How do you get in a negative balance if you're not paying bills?
For not paying our vendors. So now you're messing up relationships as though some that bills them, but some of them sticks with us. But some people cannot hold a tab and keep on working every month, and spending their money to pay their employees. We have to do what's right. If they do the work, pay them for their work because the residents got that service. And that is what the issue is. Don't try to make it about something other than that. That one vendor got up there and said, y'all want them vacancies cut? He cut them down. That's the number one complaint that people call in housing. They live next door to a abandoned property or vacant, and then they want it trimmed. They want trees gone from around it because they got kids or grandbabies. They out playing. They want nobody pulled up in there. And you too should want that because now we're stopping the squatters. We're stopping all these issues that we get because people just been living in these vacant houses. Little do y'all know. And then you have other areas in town where you got hoarders going on. We had a whole prostitution ring that we busted on Trustee Norwood's block. She stayed 2-3 houses from me. So that's why I be trying to tell y'all. And we got 3 stolen cars. They was in the garage. These are the blocks they live on, allegedly live on. So all I'm telling you is if we still out here doing our job, come on, man. Help us. Help the people. Stop getting up here pointing out something that got nothing to do with the other. And let's make the vendors whole because they help us in our time of need, and we still need them to produce for the resident.
Oh, boy, that was a big deflection, wasn't it? Potato, I was just talking about you. I love that little comment. Please, keep Potato from... Stop talking. Stop talking, Potato. Stop talking. You can't do that. You can't tell the truth. Don't do that. How dare you? How was your Valentine's lunch? Hey, hi, Lisa. How are you? Yeah, so this big, long, now people say these meetings go on forever. I've seen meetings go on for 9 hours, for Pete's sakes. Oh, yeah, the comments, Potato. I read them before I got online, and I just before you came in, I mentioned it. Oh, Lordy. Yes. Oh, can you hear the plow? Woo. We have got a bad storm with a lot of power outages. So, but okay, look, you see that long, drawn out thing she did? That's deflecting. Okay, 101. He asked about the contract, and it went into helping the residents, right? Belcher asks about credit cards.
All right,
May I be recognized?
go ahead.
I have a couple of questions and maybe Janice or Tangeny can answer it. I know that we have an electronic warrant list, but then on this AP list, there are some items on here that have already been paid with the credit card. So I'm trying to understand why they're on the AP warrant list versus the electronic warrant list.
You want to know
Why
is it
they're on the AP warrant list instead of the electronic warrant list, and they were paid
Does that mean you're getting credit card statements? Just asking.
with the credit card.
Okay, Janice.
Which vendors are you speaking about?
Okay, image one, for $4,726. The balance, it was $2,000 that was paid with the credit card. And then it said it was a balance of $4,726 that was paid with the credit card. Then it's Juicy Crab. That was a township event in Alabama that was paid with the credit card. And it's on this warrant list. Then it's Jim.
Okay, I'm going to stop there. Hey, Lady Luck. Yeah, they read the electronic warrant list, and now they're on the AP warrant list. Belcher is asking, why are credit card purchases made? Trina, how are you? Now she's asking about credit cards. All right, so I just so happen to have that AP warrant list. And here it is. So what was the first one? Image 1? Was that the first one? Invoice dates up here. Image 1, was it? That's why I wanted to stop so I could keep up with what she was saying. Image 1, image 1, image 1. At least these are all in order, right? Alphabetical order. Image, 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 image 1. Here it is. Oh. That was for a logo. So what did she say about that?
And Nick's Barbecue
Wait a minute. Sorry about that.
out of the electronic warrant list, and they were paid with the credit card.
Okay, Janice.
Yeah, that's what we're saying, Lady Luck. That's what we're saying. Well, Trina, I caught Jason in a lie in this video. I couldn't believe it.
Which vendors are you speaking about?
Okay, image 1,
Yep, that's image 1. Okay.
for $4,726. The balance, it was $2,000 that was paid with the credit card, and then it said it was a balance of $4,726 that was paid with the credit card.
Okay. So there's image 1. It's for a logo. What would a logo be? And why would they approve it? August 2023. Okay. Let me see.
Then it's Juicy Crab. That was a township event in Alabama that was paid with the credit card.
Okay, let's go to Juicy Crab. Juicy Crab. I think she's going to mention this Nick's barbecue thing too. The ridiculous spending on food. Oh, it's a training lunch. $362.28. Apparently that was a credit card used in Alabama. For training. Okay. Potato. I'm not. Yes, we are waiting for you, Wyoming gal. Potato's not allowed to talk anymore. Juicy Crab, Alabama. Okay. What else does she have? The seafood of... oh, really? The seafood of Taco Bell. Well, she's going to be eating crow. You know. Okay, here we go.
On this warrant list, then is Jim and Nick's Barbecue, which was a township event.
Aha. I was right with the gyms. That was a township event, but it's listed as training lunch. March 5th, 2023. $157.22. Aha. What was Juicy Crab? Training and lunch. Ooh. There. Hey, Michael, how are ya? Yeah, I don't have the electronic warrant list for this meeting, unfortunately. Doggone it. Yeah. Oh, is that why? How did they cut a check for her, though? How did they do that? Seriously. How did they cut a check for her? In her name. I mean, how does that work? I don't know. Okay, so here we go.
Alabama, and it was paid with a credit card. Then it was Madison Street Family Restaurant that has
Oh, so sorry, Tiana.
attached to it. And
No receipt attached to it. Okay, so they did get receipts. Okay. And I'm sorry,
Pete's
What
that
was
was
that?
paid with credit card
Madison?
for $4,726. The balance, it was $2,000 that was paid with the credit card. And then it said it was a balance of $4,726 was paid with the credit card. Then it's Juicy Crab. That was a township event in Alabama that was paid with the credit card. And it's on this warrant list.
Juicy
Then
crab.
it's Jim and Nick's Barbecue, which was a township event in Alabama, and it was paid with a credit card. Then it was Madison Street Family Restaurant that has no receipt attached to it.
Oh,
And then it was
okay, no receipt attached to it. Madison. Okay, let's go to Madison. Where are we at? Oh, Madison. Here we are. Training lunch. So you're going on trips, okay, for the township, and you're calling it training lunches. Now, this was October. This is a year later because we're doing October 2023 meeting, and the date is 10/7/2022. So you're going places and calling them training lunches. $141.61 for Madison Street. And why is this on the AP warrant list if it was paid with a credit card? Yeah, this one doesn't have a receipt. Now, the other ones apparently did because Kiana didn't say they didn't have a receipt for those. Yeah. Commingling of funds. Here we go. Yeah, for the township, French.
Pete's that was paid with credit card. I'm just asking because I want to know why it's not on the electronic warrant list versus the AP warrant list.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Was that Pete's? Let me see. Whoops. Bring it up. Sorry. Pete's. Hey, Alonzo. How are you? Good to see you. All right. Was that Pete's? Let's see. Pete's. Petey's. There's Pete's Fresh Market. Food and veggie trays. June 5th of 2023. $212.97. That must have been one hell of a fruit and veggie tray. Plural. Pete's, yeah, Pete's grocery store. But no, it's not a grocery store. It's a fresh market, Trina. Come on now. Keep up.
Before you answer that, Janet, stop lying, trustee.
What am I?
Bink. Here comes a deflection. She doesn't want anybody answering that question. Don't answer. Deflection number 2.
It's a township event. It's not a township event. For the record, anybody that want to go to any conference can go. So stop trying to act like we having our own events because we do not. Anybody can sign up for a conference and go to it and get educated. So
Mayor,
stop doing that. Don't lie to the residents like that.
Mayor, when you went to Alabama, was it a town? Did you go as a town?
How did she lie? How'd she lie, Tiffany? You know, people say I don't make videos on Tiffany. I do. So I thought I'd do a live on Tiffany. And so, but Potato, you cannot speak anymore. Commingling of money is hard to track down. Yes, it's a big red flag. And especially when she doesn't want, and look at Janice and what's her name? Trinique? What's her name? Oh, damn. Can't remember all these names. Oh, Erica Fire. Don't trustees approve bills to be paid by Tiffany's administration, but she doesn't pay. We're going to get to that because in this video, Tangenique Miller, thank you very, very much. Look at those two, Janice and Tangenique, whispering. God. But we're going to find out about bounce checks at the bank, too. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was mute. Yeah, a Marine of 12 years, you're going to tell him to shut up. Okay. So, but you're going to hear about bounce checks as well in this video. This is well, it's not a great meeting, but yeah, you learn a lot. You learn a lot. Okay, here we go. Oh.
Supervisor as the mayor Dalton.
Why you worry about how I went?
I'm just asking the question. It's discussion. I just asked the question.
It's discussion, but I don't have to tell you how I went. If it's,
Okay,
not, on,
well,
if it's not on the list,
if I don't know,
it's not on the list, right? Because you could have asked me that before, right? If you really truly wanted to
it's
know.
discussion now.
Okay,
so here we go.
I don't go.
Janice, can you answer the
I
question?
don't go
My
anywhere
Tangenique telling you what to say
from here because remember, y'all ain't got the money, right? Make up your mind. Y'all got the money, or y'all do.
Tangenique, you telling Janice what to say? You know damn well she is. And there's Tiffany, you know, just doing what Tiffany does. Ugh.
So stop saying township
Okay,
event.
I'm
so
asking
that's
the
why I'm
question.
correcting you, trustee. That's why I'm correcting you because you got it wrong. That's
Okay,
not
so
true.
did you go as the mayor or did you go as the township
Again,
supervisor?
this ain't no Q&A for Tiffany Henyard.
It's discussion.
And I just told you. I just answered.
Okay, well, nevertheless,
so I said you got it wrong. Do not put the township involved in dog.
Why they're on the AP warrant list versus the electronic warrant list.
So when the warrant lists are compiled, there may have been some that were entered as actual invoices when they were credit cards, but we can get that updated for you and provide you with the updated list.
Okay, I just want to know because if we just
Wait a minute. Did Tangenique answer that question or did Janice? Sorry, I was reading the chat. That's
discussion. I just asked the
it's
question.
discussion, but I don't have to tell you how I went. If it's,
Okay,
not, on,
well,
if it's not on the list,
if I don't
if
know,
it's not on the list, right? Because you could have asked me that before, right? If you really truly
it's
wanted to know.
discussion now.
Okay,
so here we go.
I don't go.
Janice, can you answer the
I
question?
don't go
My
anywhere
Tangenique telling you what to say
from here because remember, y'all ain't got the money, right? Make up your mind. Y'all got the money, or y'all do. So stop saying township event.
Okay, I'm asking
so that's
the
why I'm
question.
correcting you, trustee. That's why I'm correcting you because you got it wrong. That's
Okay,
not
so
true.
did you go as the mayor or did you go as the township
Again,
supervisor?
this ain't no Q&A for Tiffany Henyard.
It's discussion.
And I just told you. I just answered.
Okay, well, nevertheless,
so I
I'm
said you
still
got it
trying to
wrong. Do
figure
not
out
put the township
they're-
involved in dog.
why they're on the AP warrant list versus the electronic warrant list.
So when the warrant lists are compiled, there may have been some that were entered as actual invoices when they were credit cards, but we can get that updated for you and provide you with the updated list.
Okay, I just want to know because if we just would have approved it, then they would have cut checks and they was already.
No, we wouldn't. We would have called
Okay, all right.
what? If you had approved it, you would have cut a check. No, we would have caught that in time. Really? Tangenique, what are you talking to Janice about? Yeah, Q&A discussion. Double dipping. Now, Greenwood. Let's get into Greenwood. Oh, I'm not worried. No, Potato's not worried about anybody. SS. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I got it. I got it. Hey, Stephen, how are you? Good to see you. Lee, very good to see you. Very good to see you. Okay, let's go to Greenwood.
My next question is, do we have a tentative budget of any additional expenses for Greenwood project? Is there a budget for this?
Who is that for?
You can answer it.
Yes, we do.
Okay, can you tell me the budget amount?
Sure, I'll get you a budget.
No.
So you don't know that we're about to spend another $40,000 this month for this Greenwood
You
project?
just asked me and I answered, so you can assume whatever you want.
I'm not
Until you see
assuming
the budget
anything.
from
I'm
me,
looking on the
then-
paper.
Then you can hold me accountable for the numbers that you're throwing out.
I'm not
Don't throw
assuming
nothing out.
anything. I'm just reading
you
on
are
paper.
assuming. You are assuming.
Okay,
And then
and
for the
then,
record,
Okay, Potato. I want you back online pretty soon. Good to see you. Okay.
when we spend money for the Greenwood project, so residents understand it's through grant money. It
I
has
just
nothing to do
asked,
with,
did you
hold
have a
on, because I want to
budget?
clear it up because you guys tell lies. So I want to make sure that they know what line item that come from, and you can see that in my viewpoint. So all your answers are really answered in my viewpoint, but you want to put on the show, so let's go.
I'm not putting on the show. I'm
You
asking
are.
you a
Go ahead.
question. If you
I
know it's in
answered.
my viewpoint, then you answer.
I
Then my
answered. Go
last
ahead.
question was, the $17,550 for the skates. Are those skates for the entire community?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and where are they located?
Why would I tell you that right now?
Oh, why would I tell you that right now? Skates to the skating rink. Okay.
I'm saying, are they in possession of the Village of Dalton? And
Why
that's
would
what
they
I'm
not
asking.
be? You asked the question, I answered.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
No problem.
She didn't answer the question. Did she answer the question? And why is the Greenwood project on the warrant list? Yeah, top secret. The question where the skates are. Well, the skates are at the skating rink. Why can't she just say that? Jeez.
Any more discussion?
Yes, Mayor, can I have one more comment?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of reiterate again, because on one hand, we say we have all this money, and then when it comes time to pay individuals, public works, we also have other individuals who have been approved by this board. I can throw out a couple of MBD solutions. We've received in the last 4 months, 2 notices from our health insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, that they were behind in paying and they threatened cutting us off. Also, prior to this recent court decision, congratulations, you won that. But during that time frame, we discovered 5 different instances where the Village of Dalton were overdrawn in the bank accounts. These are.
Oh, did you hear that? 5 different instances that the bank was overdrawn. Oops. Let me play it back. Make sure I heard it right. I put these little cues for myself in there. They're overdrawn in their bank account. No wonder they're not cashing any checks.
Any more discussion?
Yes, Mayor, can I have one more comment?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of reiterate again, because on one hand, we say we have all this money, and then when it comes time to pay individuals, public works, we also have other individuals who have been approved by this board. I can throw out a couple of MBD solutions. We've received in the last 4 months, 2 notices from our health insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, that they were behind in paying and they threatened cutting us off. Also, prior to this recent court decision, congratulations, you won that. But during that time frame, we discovered 5 different instances where the Village of Dalton were overdrawn in the bank accounts. These are real concerns. If we have the money, I guess my question then would be, if approved, will all these things, including public works payment for the gentlemen that are doing the hard work, will those be paid immediately?
Yeah, overdrawn on the bank account 5 times. Yes. Burgundy Blue. She drives around all the time and shows, everything that's going on in the village. She does a great thing, riding around and showing all these buildings, right? Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Cynthia. I don't know. Chris, welcome. Hey, Lee. Good to see you. This was October 2023. I didn't look up any court cases before the live. Yeah, 5 times. 5 times. Okay. So they're overdrawn. Great.
I just answered that, and the attorney just said you spoke already, so I should move on because you're just repeating the same thing, and you already know the answer as it relates to public works. So that is the answer, and you was on the bank account, sir. You were. You and Clerk Key was on the bank account. So all that action or blaming, stop. You guys had control of it. You knew the day to day. You knew the amounts that's in the account. You guys had control over the complete bank account. So moving on. Anybody else for discussion?
Yeah, ma'am, I'll be right.
Go ahead.
Again, we're not answering those questions. But at one time, Jason House, well, Clerk Key has always been on the bank account, right? Then they did it so Jason House could be on the bank account. And I think they kicked Tiffany off of the bank account. Yeah, who can we believe? Who can we believe? It's, yeah. And yes, she has a terrible attitude. She cannot be a leader. Ugh. There we go.
So the concern is the budgeting for these projects. No one is against getting trees cut. The problem is when we see, and that's why I say, I know you said that we do RFPs. Yes, the engineer department does RFPs, but anyone who's attended these meetings haven't heard of an RFP being presented in a whole entire year and a half. So when we ask, we're asking because it's a concern. When I look at this warrant list, we have $352,105 on tree trimming, just on this warrant list. But yet we have John Pros who come to us and say, well, he's giving you a quote of $2.6 million to cut every tree down in the village. So these are real concerns. Trees have two very important reasons why they are here. One, we need them for oxygen, and two, they assist with the flooding. So when we say, okay, how are we going about cutting the trees? When you drive around the village, I notice we are paying these companies money to trim the trees, and then the following month, we're paying them again to cut the tree down. So now we're double dipping. We're paying them twice. So when you as a trustee, you constantly say.
And there you go, double dipping. Now, I really seriously want to know, and I've watched Burgundy Blue Commentary driving around the village, and you can see the trees, and I'm surprised there's any trees left in this village. Dear Lord.
Where's the tree list? Where's the tree list? But when we ask about the tree list, there's a big stink. And all we're doing is asking questions. That's why we have discussion. If we have a cow meeting, these RFPs, again, will be presented. We'll all know how much we're paying these vendors, and it won't be a surprise. If the ordinance state, okay, you say it states $20,000, up to $20,000, you don't need board approval. Well, we have $602,105 in trees from August to October. So the question is, okay, when is it after, if this is approved, then do we do another 600? Are we doing $350,000 a month in trees? Just tell us what we're doing. Bring the RFPs in front of us so that we know. It's not a concern with paying for the trees. The concern is how are we paying these people, and are we being overcharged? Why are we paying them to trim and then paying them to cut it down? So that's a concern. And then the reason why the whole Greenwood Road Avenue or Greenwood is being discussed is because when you see this, I know they say grants, but yet this is coming from the general budget. So where are the grants? When I look and see $130,000 for epoxy floor for the skate rink, yes, it looks nice, but can we afford it? So when we're spending, all we're asking is that you bring the spending in front of us, not just us as a board. At this point, we're used to not receiving information, but bring it in front of the residents so that their questions are answered. So that when they see Raul and John Pros, they know exactly who's cutting and exactly how much.
I'm sorry, pause. She wants $2 million to plant trees? Are you serious? Come on, Chris. You're joking, right? Chandria, good to see you. How are you? Are you serious, Chris? Oh. Why don't they have a tree list? This is my question. Yeah, they can't afford it. Why isn't there a tree list? Why can't they provide the trees that are getting trimmed and cut down? This baffles me for some reason. Karen's, good to see you. Sorry for the interruption.
We are paying them. It will be public knowledge. It doesn't have to be a secret. Every time we ask a question, it's a big production. If we could just get our questions answered, and if we have the cow meat, we can answer them without all the frustration and all.
Yeah. When's the last time they had a cow meeting? And is the administration responsible for setting up meetings, or are the trustees? I'm a little confused on that because it's a board of trustees meeting, but the mayor is the ringleader, or not ringleader, but you know what I mean, navigator, whatever. So why haven't they had a cow meeting in so long? Question.
So moving forward, I'm hoping that we can do RFPs so that we know exactly what vendors are getting compensated, what work they are doing. Is this a beautification project where we're just cutting down trees in the entire village, or are we cutting down just the ones that the residents have fallen on their home? Because when I look at a $2,000 invoice, there are questions. Okay, how many trees are we? How often are we going to do this? Are we going to do this every month? Are we going to do RFPs every month? Can you just tell us that so that we don't have to be surprised every time we see a warrant list? Thank you.
Mayor, can I be recognized?
Yes, go ahead.
Trustee, to answer some of your questions, there is a backlog of about 10 years for emergency cut downs in this community.
There's a backlog. There's a backlog of 10 years in cutting down and trimming trees. This is 2023. Trina, where'd you go? You must be laughing your ass off or just disgusted. And you got a backlog of 10 years in tree trimming, and who believes that? Come on, everybody believes that. Break.
Let alone the storms that come through this community. Every tree is not the same, depending on what happened, whether it fell during a storm or it's dying or diseased. We also have a high number of diseased trees in the community. The Asian longhorn beetle is in this community, as well as termites. So a good percent of these trees are emergency cut downs, and it is a backlog of about 10 years on these cut downs. And when it is emergency related, we do not have to do certain things for emergencies. So hopefully that answered your question.
So 600,000 in trees was
I said a percentage.
Okay, so I'm explaining to you that this is $602,000 in 3 months. That averages about $200,000 in trees. I'm not going to argue with you because you're the expert. But all we're saying is, if you,
I'm not a tree expert. I was just giving you an example.
Okay, well, I know that you spoke up. So I'm saying to you again, my concern is if we do the RFPs, we know when I go and I drive around, I see trees that are cut down that are healthy. So we're cutting down trees that we don't need to cut down. Then I've went over some and I see they're cutting the trees that we don't need to cut down, but then there's trees right next to it where they do need to be cut down. So all I'm saying is, again, if you bring the tree list, we'll all know.
The tree list won't answer all of the questions because, again, neither one of us are tree specialists. But
why won't you give a tree list? A tree list gives you a list of trees that are being cut down or trimmed. You have a backlog of trees. And this has always got me about the trees. This is a 5-mile radius village. Drives me insane with these trees. Yolanda, how are you? And 10-year backlog. Really? They were cutting trees when Riley was there. But it wasn't this much. But why can't you have a tree list? Can anybody answer why they don't have, yeah. Same question. I'm sorry, I'm not putting the comments up. I apologize. Missing them. Just
If there was
Exactly.
a disease with the tree, I didn't disrupt you, trustee. If there was something wrong with the tree or a disease with the tree, it would be identified by the tree companies, and then we would be notified and give the okay if that tree had to go down, instead of letting the disease spread rampant, which is also causing us more money in insurance claims for falling trees on cars and houses, and in some cases people.
Okay, so question for you. Because normally when I go in towns, I see like X's, or they have a third party that comes in and scope out the work and say, hey, because you said it's a backlog. So if it's a backlog, then that means there should be a list. So if there's a list, all we saying is present it to us so we know, because the list is already in effect, obviously, if it's a backlog. But not only that, the whole thing is, again, which tree, who's going out? Do we have a third party, or are we just telling
me? I just said it earlier in my report. I'm walking up every street and looking at every tree, sewer, anything you can think of in this neighborhood. I've looked at it.
Gotcha.
So I go up down every street. Some of these residents can contest to that. And I personally, not my staff, nobody, I personally go and mark the trees. And then if I have any questions, I ask the tree professionals about the question, and they give me their opinion.
Gotcha. Okay. So, and I'm gonna say this: is no need to go back and forth with you again.
No, we're just having a discussion, trustee.
I don't know. If we're paying $600,000, we should be able to know exactly what trees are being cut. The healthy ones shouldn't be cut, and the ones that need to be remediated, it should be done.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. If we bring the RFPs again, it doesn't take long. We have a cow meet. We're supposed to have a cow meet. Even if you identify them, there's nothing wrong with you saying, "Hey, guys, I walked through the village."
No, I get it. I get that.
Of trees, I'm going to present it to the board. It's a quick email. Hey, these are the trees that really needs to be done. Let's prioritize the spending. That's all I'm saying. 600,000 just sounds like a ridiculous amount for 3 months.
For a municipality, that's not.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And now Tiffany's gonna deflect again. Yeah, why is he so defensive? 3 months, $600,000. Come on. Yeah, when I go through the warrant list, I always question these damn trees and grass cutting. It's outrageous.
And for the record, we got to get things done. All the back and forth that you guys not never going to pass anything or come to another meeting and sit here like this to go back and forth over paying people that we owe the money to. Have a cow meeting to do what? Sit here for hours away from our family, our loved ones. All these people got family up here.
She actually said, why do you need a cow meeting? She really did say that, didn't she? Let me, I'm sorry. But I have to play it back because sometimes my ears, that's why I make notes on videos.
Even if you identify them, there's nothing wrong with you saying, "Hey, guys, I walked through the village."
No, I get it. I get that.
Of trees, I'm going to present it to the board. It's a quick email. Hey, these are the trees that really needs to be done. Let's prioritize the spending. That's all I'm saying. 600,000 just sounds like a ridiculous amount for 3 months.
For a municipality, that's not.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's a lot of money.
And for the record, we got to get things done. All the back and forth that you guys not never going to pass anything or come to another meeting and sit here like this to go back and forth over paying people that we owe the money to. Have a cow meeting to do what? Sit here for hours away from our family, our loved ones. All these people got family up here.
She really did say that. A cow meeting for what? You have been a trustee since 2013. And now, hey, big baby, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, she just said that, Lisa. This meeting is just extraordinary. Yeah.
But we sitting here and the residents too, sitting here going back and forth on should we pay a vendor that actually did the work in our town, or which tree you cutting, or is this tree healthy? And we know experts to that. Your area, we went down and did the entire west side. So now nobody got to call about a tree, not a soul. We didn't skip not one house. And if a resident came out, had a problem with sewer problems or whatever the issue was, that's what he's alluding to, telling you that he went and he handled all of that, literally. But everybody was happy when no house missed. So now that area is completely done. Now you move to another segment of the town and you do the same exact thing because it's been neglect for years. The trees have never been pruned or cut, trimmed, maintenance, nothing. They literally falling all in the street. Or if you park your car,
I'm sorry for interrupting. For 10 years. Oh, I caught her at a bad angle, didn't I? Sorry about that. But for 10 years, you got trees falling on people, cars, streets. No. I'm sorry I paused at that moment. Oh, dear.
tree is on your car. That's bad. You can't even see the light. Like some areas when we cut on the west side where you stay, we cut back the trees. It lit the whole block up. They don't even need a new light. They just needed the trees trimmed. So everyone's happy. Everyone's happy about those type of things instead of we got to keep going through all these. Okay, what about this? Or okay, if this healthy, is that wrong? Like, come on. People just want services. As long as.
And they want to know how much to pay. Hey, Laura, how are you? And they want to know how much it costs. Deflection again. Lord, no cow meeting. I don't need a cow meeting where you discuss things. Yeah, Lola, what's the deal with the trees and the water and the grass cutting?
They're doing the work. Let's get it done. And all I'm asking you guys to do is just support. So we don't have to be in meetings this long. So we can get through our town and fix it. Because at least y'all got somebody that's active and out there doing the work. All you guys got to do is just come and show up at a board meeting.
I'm sorry, but if you had a cow meeting, that's what a cow meeting is for. To discuss things, to iron things out, to get questions asked. That's what a cow meeting is for. And then you go to the regular board meeting, which is a voting meeting. Yeah, Donna P. Yeah. Oh, I know. Trina showed the dead dog. Oh. Well, what did she say about somebody getting mauled by a death of a dog? Dog. What'd she say? Sorry. God.
They go do all the work. The department heads, the ones that y'all beat up, drag on the internet, put on Facebook, talk about their families like they not family members. So all I'm saying is like, that ain't cool, man. Let's fix it because we are the elected officials. So let's fix it. Go ahead, trustee.
I like to add to that. I like to say.
That ain't cool, man. Was that a deflection again? I don't know how many deflections are we up to. I'm not quite sure. Hey, Miss A, how are you? Good to see you.
I have seen them out there. Trust me. They're not trimming the tree and coming back and cutting it down. They got too much work to do double work in a short length of time. And also, a lot of the trees that's being cut, some of these residents themselves are paying contractors to cut trees down. So,
yeah, he just said that. The residents are paying. So why is the village paying? If the residents are paying to have their trees cut down, why is the village also paying that bill? Did I miss it? Did I misunderstand what he just said? Because, oh, geez, where's that face?
I like to say, I have seen them out there. Trust me. They're not trimming the tree and coming back and cutting it down. They got too much work to do double work in a short length of time. And also, a lot of the trees that's being cut, some of these residents themselves are paying contractors to cut trees down. So these are not all village contractors. You got some residents that's paying out of their own pocket to get some of these trees cut down, because these trees, if you see a tall tree, just imagine how long the roots are. They're messing up an individual piping system. So residents are paying themselves. They getting trees cut down in the back as well as in the front, because the roots, not that the tree is a dead tree, the tree is just too big that's in front of their house in the parkway. It's cracking the sidewalks and it's messing up their pipes.
So if what he's saying is true, and there are no woods in Dalton, okay, there's no woods. So the trees are messing up the sidewalks, the roots, and the water pipes, okay? So you would have to cut the tree down and have the base of the tree dug out. So the residents are actually paying for that? Really? Do you think the residents have a tree in front of their house that's messing up the sidewalk, tearing up the sidewalk, the roots, and the residents are actually having excavators come and dig out the base of that tree? No, sorry.
You got residents that's actually spending money also on getting those trees trimmed.
All right, that's a motion and second. Please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood,
No.
Trustee Stanley Brown,
Yes.
Trustee House,
No.
Trustee Holmes,
Yes.
Trustee Belcher.
No.
All that
Motion failed.
discussion for nothing. All right, so are we paying any bills tonight, guys? I just need
Yes,
to know
ma'am,
so we
I
can
have an
move on.
amended motion.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I motion to pay the bills as read with the following removals from the warrant list. Page 4, DD's discounts, $918.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. Stump grinders. All right. DJ Discos. Let's find out what that is. He wants to take this out. Here we go. Let's go back up. Fortunately, these are in alphabetical order, even though they're crappy warrant list. But at least we have something to look at, right? What do you say, DJ? Or DD's discount? Now, what is that? Black PU heart glit. And then a pink. Is that a color? Foosh? FL. $918.81. Yeah, Kyle is a committee of the whole. Thank you, Cynthia. You're always watching out after me. Okay. So he wants to take that out.
81 cents. Page 5, discount fence, $27,846.
Okay. Discount fence. What do they got going for discount fence? Here it is. $27,846. Galvanized wire. That was done in December of 2022. Staff signs. Galvanized pipe, I imagine. Water tank implosion. Did the water tank implode? Black chain link fence, galvanized pipe. Okay, there we have it.
Page 6, existing concrete, $14,123.03.
Okay, existing concrete. We've heard about these guys before. There they are. EPA cleanup. Disposal of concrete. EPA cleanup. Okay. I don't know. EPA seems justifiable. I'm sorry, I'm switching back screen so I can't put up your comments. Sorry. There goes Snowplow.
Page 6, 5-star, $57,625.
Okay. We all know about 5 stars, so they've been with the village for years. I don't know why they still work for them. Curb, asphalt, debris, asphalt, pipe installation, asphalt, debris. Okay. At least it's all in the same month and the same year.
Sports heating and air conditioning, $10,700.
Air conditioning. What was that? Ford's heat, air conditioning. Vent upflow, FU. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't even. Gas flow furnace. Huh. I wonder what that was for. We don't know because we don't have invoices. So there you have it.
And Imagine One, $4,726.
Okay. Imagine One. Imagine One. Here it is. It's that logo that Trustee Belcher was talking about, right? Okay.
Jim and Nick's Barbecue, $157.22.
Well, would they eat with Jim's Barbecue? Why didn't you take out Italian Fiesta staff lunch? I see that there, but you didn't take that out. $373.67. Huh. There's the barbecue. That was a training lunch. Of course it was. Okay. Huh. Why didn't they take out Italian Fiesta?
Page 8, John's Pro Tree Services, $155,000.
John's well, they paid Kasperic. Tree trimming, tree removal. $155,000. This is what I've been preaching about. Is these stupid trees. There's not enough trees. There is something wrong with these trees. You can't deny it. Ugh.
Juicy Crab, $362.28.
Yeah, we saw Juicy Crabs. Kiana Belcher was talking about that one too. Training lunch.
A&M Ventures, $157,150.
Okay, K&M Ventures. Oh, well, why not? I have been screaming this for months. Tree trimming, tree removals. How many trees can you remove from a village of this size? You couldn't do it around my area. And I live in the mountains. I've always said it. There's something about these trees.
9 Lopez Lawn Maintenance, $10,050.
Okay, Lopez Lawn. Shit. What? Why isn't Public Works doing lawn maintenance? And why aren't they plowing sidewalks in the middle of the night? Okay, I had to say it.
9 Madison Street Family Restaurant, $141.61.
Well, we saw the Madison's restaurant because Kiana Belcher brought that up. Here we go. Apparently, that was a trip to Alabama, too. Okay. Training lunch. That's a good way to get around it, isn't it? Training lunch.
7 Pete's Fresh Market, $212.97.
Yeah, we saw because Kiana brought up Pete's Fresh Market. Trina said it's a grocery store. There it is. Fruit and veggie trays. Okay.
Pekarsky and Sons, $27,155.
Let me guess. Pekarsky and Sons. Is it going to be tree removal? Oh, of course it is. I mean, if you haven't taken care of your trees in 10 years, this is just wrong in so many ways. But who am I?
12, Prestige Maintenance Services, $22,255.
Okay, prestige maintenance. Grass cutting, of course. In October. Grass cutting. Why isn't Public Works doing the grass cutting and tree trimming? No, they're Chris are taking this out of the warrant list. So there we go.
13, Raoul and Sons, $169,950.
Now, what would Raoul and Sons be doing? Let's take a look. Tree cutting, property cleanup, tree cutting. Oh, God. You know, you look at these warrant lists and they tell the story.
Page 14, Sophia Tamales and Corn, $2,400.
Sophia's tamale and corn. This woman would not last 5 minutes, I swear, in this village. Mexican corn cups. $2,400. Shit.
Page 14, Starter Heating and Cooling, $11,500.
Okay, what's starter fueling? Let's find out. Here it is. Labor. That's all it says. Labor. That's it. Okay. And I know he's going to say, thank me later. This says lather. For catering. I've gone over these warrant lists and focused on all the food they bought, all the tree cutting, all the grass cutting. And this is for catering. He's going to say that, I think.
13, Thank Me Later, $520. Page 15, 2J Sheet Metal Works, $58,000.
Okay, 2J's works. 2J's. Not 3J's, just 2J's. Exhaust wall canopy. Oh, we pointed this one out before, didn't we, Wyoming? We were talking about that exhaust canopy.
$150. Page 16, West Side Tractor Sales, $17,850.60.
All right, what's side? That's on there a lot. West Side Tractor Sales. Bobcat loader repair. I don't know why they wouldn't pay that. I don't know why they wouldn't want to pay that one. And they're going to talk about White Pool Solutions as well. $9,000 for an acid wash and chemicals.
And page 16, White Coat Pool Solutions, $9,816. My motion is to approve the bills with the following items removed.
Second.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. So it's been a motion and a second. And residents, this is my prime example of why things don't move in our.
And here we go with another deflection. Yeah. And I'm sorry I'm not putting up the chats because I got to go between two screens. Sorry about that. I usually do.
Village.
Oh, and hit the like button, please.
And why vendors be upset with people not paying. He might as well just didn't pay any of the bills. He didn't call off the whole bills list. And for the record, I keep telling them, if they learn what it is they should be doing, which is our authority is what, Trustee House? You putting out $200 and $100 and something dollars. You don't have authority to remove stuff like that. If my authority is $5,000, his authority 20,000, 25, whichever the number is. How you pulling out the smallest little bills, $100 something? That's just you being petty. And then residents, remember we had that explosion here in the village of Dalton when the water tank blew up? He took that out.
The water tank blew up? That would have been national news in 2023. Wyoming, did you ever hear about that? The water, it blew up? Okay. Maybe that's why I said implosion, but would it still be standing? Yeah, let's it blew up. Good Lord.
Trustee House, you putting out $200 and $100 and something dollars. You don't have authority to remove stuff like that. If my authority is 5,000, his authority 20,000, 25, whichever the number is. How you pulling out the smallest little bills, $100 something dollars? That's just you being petty. And then residents, remember we had that explosion here in the village of Dalton when the water tank blew up? He took that out. How does it get fixed? All I can do is just point out the things that I keep telling.
The water tower blew up. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Y'all. So if you don't have water, that's why our reservoir is, our water sits. We have to fix that. That's number one. Number two, we put a gate up. It came right out when we had our emergency. This is my point of relationships. When you have an emergency, you call somebody out and they come without payment and they give us the service. We need to pay them the money, but they seem to think we shouldn't pay them, but they did the service already in our time. So now what do you do? So the concrete didn't fall on nobody. Somebody had to secure it because we don't do that. That ain't what we do up here.
Wait a minute. The water tower is full of concrete? I hope ours isn't. Oh, good. Thanks, Wyoming. Because that's the first I've heard of it. And then the concrete's going to fall on people's heads. Okay. Wow.
But this is my point that I keep trying to make to y'all. You can't keep not paying vendors. Other than that, y'all going to have to do COD with everything we do here because ain't nobody going to trust that we're going to pay them their money in 2 weeks or a month. Nobody's going to trust it. But yet come to another meeting to do this same thing for what? Nothing's getting done with them. Nothing. And it's sad that everybody can sit here and vote for something like that and be okay with not paying people. That much, I don't know how y'all pay y'all bills. I don't. I never seen this ever in my life. You still got to pay your bills. Other than that, your lights off, your gas off, your water off, if you don't pay. So what's making us any different? We the village. All I can do is just keep explaining this to y'all, hoping that somebody would have a change of heart and say, you know what, we're going to pay. I'm telling you that we want to fix the pool. I'm telling you the pool for the open, but you don't want to make sure they got the right chemicals in it. You want to take that out. Why? Why can't we fix it and give back to the kids? Why can't y'all swim for free? Why? These are things y'all should ask yourselves because all that stuff he just named was important things that people don't even know because he just reading off. But I just named a couple things that's really important that we're working on right now. So why are you stopping it? We got teams coming to fix the water tank right now. So it's just going to stay like that forever. We ain't never going to fix it. So then something else happened and the other tank blow up. Now where do we get our water from?
You got 2 tanks? Is she talking about a water tower or just water tank that you have in your basement? Well, maybe some people don't have them in the basements, but what is it?
These are all important things, but yet they think it's fun and games to sit here and take people out. We need certain vendors to help us in our time of need when we can just pick up a phone and call. Them people came out at literally 5, 6 in the morning. 2 a.m., Tony Pratt would go send her people out. But we not paying the people that's coming when we really need them in our crisis. Why would they do it? You just messed that whole relationship up. We a village. We're not a regular person where you got to go do a COD, but now the village got to do that? Come on now. You rather mess up our credibility and our name off of political infighting. That you need to put that to the side because the residents matter first. Safety matters first. Things that you're going to need later and something happen, all they're going to do, who they going to point at? Everybody, when they do the news, they say the mayor's office. Mayor's office got nothing to do with this. This is all the trustees. They don't want stopping progress.
No. Well, I mean, yes, but no. They're over the finances. And Jason House said that you were overdrawn in the bank account. I've got the financial records I'm going to put up too. You were overdrawn in your bank account 5 times. Ugh.
They the one not paying people. They the one why that gentleman came up here and said, pay me. But they keep taking people out. Colorado. Oh, you got something? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You found it? You found it, Laura? This is October 2023.
Trustee call up a lot of things. I didn't get lost. Is there a possibility everybody on here be paying something? What are we going to do? We don't.
Sorry, Stan. June 5th, 2023. I love my people. So it blew up. Well, we're going to have to, I'll let this play and then I'll look it up. I'll Google it and pull it. It blew up. And welcome everybody. Please hit the like button. Thanks.
Don't pay these people. The interest rate, I don't know. I get a deficit. Yeah, we don't stand a deficit. You stand a deficit, we don't pay these people.
So we have people that we've already been approved, still not getting their checks. Those people need to be taken care of first. I'm not even going to beat my drum again about the public works employees. So I think we take care of our old stuff first, and then we start moving on to these. It was mentioned in here, we don't even have a budget right now, and we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars into the millions without a budget.
Yeah, why isn't there a budget?
$2.8 million in the deficit today, this fiscal year, $2.5 million in deficit last year. And I respect your point of view or your opinion in terms of the bonds. Other communities don't have to take out bonds. They have surpluses, they have reserves. So I'm opposed to that. Yeah, South Holland, right up the street.
Okay. This is where Jason says there have been no bonds taken out. All right. Let's play that again because I was looking that up.
Call up a lot of things. I didn't get lost. Is there a possibility everybody on here be paying something? What are we going to do when we don't pay these people? The interest rate, I don't know. I get a deficit. Yeah, we don't stand a deficit. You stand a deficit, we don't pay these people.
So we have people that we've already been approved, still not getting their checks. Those people need to be taken care of first. I'm not even going to beat my drum again about the public works employees. So I think we take care of our old stuff first, and then we start moving on to these. It was mentioned in here, we don't even have a budget right now, and we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars into the millions without a budget. $2.8 million in the deficit today, this fiscal year, $2.5 million in deficit last year. And I respect your point of view or your opinion in terms of the bonds. Other communities don't have to take out bonds. They have surpluses, they have reserves. So I'm opposed to that. Yeah, South Holland, right up the street.
Well, Jason, I'm sorry, bud, but you've been taking out bonds since 2013. So you oppose it, but you vote for them. And you do vote for them. Sorry.
The same communities we talk about we want to mimic don't have deficits. And I want to deprogram that concept that government runs off deficit. It doesn't. Poorly managed governments run on deficits. We have not taken out we haven't taken out a bond since 2009, trustee.
That's a lie. Jason, why did you just lie? That was a lie.
So I'm opposed to that. Yeah, South Holland, right up the street. The same communities we talk about we want to mimic don't have deficits. And I want to deprogram that concept that government runs off deficit. It doesn't. Poorly managed governments run on deficits.
That's true.
We have not taken out we haven't taken out a bond since 2009, trustee.
That is a lie. And I'm going to prove it to you right now. Jason, why did you lie about that? Because here it is. This is November 30th, 2023. And you see 4 bonds that were first issued in 2009, but are repetitively voted to get renewed. I'm sorry, 3 bonds from 2009. Let me make it bigger. There you go. But then you owe City of Chicago that nasty little payment. But here's your 2009 series bonds. There's 3 of them. You just renew them. And then you have Homewood Disposal Bond. So there are 4 bonds every year that you take out. Jason, why did you say that? Because you renew the 2009 bonds, 3 of them, every year. And then you get the Homewood Disposal Bond every year. And then you owe back City of Chicago because they had to sue you. So, that you lied. And I'm sorry if people don't like that, but there's the proof right there. You can't deny it. You take out bonds every year, wait for the property taxes to come in. You take out the bonds so you can operate the village, and then you pay them back with property taxes. That was a lie. You just can't make it up.
Yeah.
All those things. So, but to answer your question, and I appreciate it, I genuinely feel you come from a good place. So I want to make sure I'm giving you that same respect, or I hope I'm doing so. My concerns are that we don't have the money. We're piling more debt on top of stuff that's already not being paid. So my suggestion is let's actually approve a budget. Let's pay our past due stuff and then work to address these current items. But I do appreciate what your question.
And that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Hey, Crush, and hey, Rosa. Everybody join in and think I'm switching screens so I can show the data with what they're saying. That's why it's important to have all this information before you even come into a board meeting, right? The residents, anyways. But you pay your old bills first, what you owe. You don't make new bills and all these trees. All right, here we go.
Are you done, trustee?
Yeah.
Yep.
May I be recognized, ma'am?
Okay, go ahead.
You know, there's an office and a conference room over there that should have been used before we got to this point.
No, you should have had a cow meeting before you got to this point. Sorry, I interrupted.
County.
to address all the issues. And I do believe every vendor and everyone that did work here should be paid. Simply because if a person is hungry, you need food. These people get up, come to work. You know, what are you going to say, or what are we going to say if we don't get this water fixed over there? We're going to be hauling in water and begging people for bottles of water. We should do what we're supposed to do and what we got elected for. Let's just pay these people, move on, and just continue to do the work that we got to do. I mean, Dalton is on the rise. You see the work that has been done out here. You see public works out here. You see the police out here. You see concrete vendors out here. You see the work is being done. It ain't like the work is not being done. I mean, we need to just sit down, work together, and pay these people. We don't need to be on and get interest on money, and we worrying about a deficit. Let's just take care of what we got at hand here. I mean,
You're worried about a deficit. Let's just take care of things at hand here. Well, whose hand is getting lined? Is it yours? That's a question. It's not, saying it's true, but you're worried. Let's not worry about a deficit. Let's just handle things. I believe it was Rosa. Yeah. This was 2023.
concrete, trees, the work is being done. And like I stated, and I'll state again, there's a conference room over there. Everybody has the phone numbers. Where's the transparency there in communicating? But it always until we get here. And it's a roadblock when we get here. But there's not a roadblock when it's time to issue them paychecks out for us as individuals, and taxpayers are paying for us. So we need to do what we have to do to keep this village moving. Pay the vendors. I'm done.
Mayor, may I be
All right,
recognized?
there's been motion and second. Please call her out.
Huh?
You have to repeat. I'll fix yours.
Go ahead, call her out. Hello.
That's fine.
Trustee Norwood,
The amended motion to pay the bills. We're taking all those vendors out.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Who all gonna get paid? Let me tell you what we gonna pay.
So the warrant list had, I want to say approximately 18 pages. All vendors with the exclusion, and I'll give the number of vendors. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 16, 18. There's 21 vendors I'm seeing on this list here. So all vendors with the exception of those read into record.
May I be recognized just for clarity? As I stated by our first discussion, some of those which Ms. Johnson said that would be updated, that he read off was items that have already been paid with a credit card. So those items have been paid with a credit card already. So they're just being removed off of this list. So I just want to make that clear. And also, I don't understand how we sit here and keep saying that there's no deficit, and every time we get to the board meeting when it's time for corporate bills, that's when everything go left. I know I would like to ask Ms. Johnson, but I'm sure she's been told not to say how many checks she actually have sitting on her desk that haven't even been sent out yet. So we had approval of $4 million 2 months ago, and it's probably still $2 million sitting on her desk that haven't even been sent out.
All right. Anything else? All right.
Yeah, no answer to that, right? Well, we just heard that the bank 5 times was overdrawn. 5 times this bank was overdrawn. Kiana Belcher mentions the credit cards being on AP warrant list, and then the trees. You can't tell me that Dalton has all these trees and there's a 10-year backlog on them. And I'm really sorry about not putting up all the comments I usually do. You can't tell me that. And this is the way Tiffany Henyard deflects. This is just one example. I've had to listen to, well, I haven't had to, but I've listened to this woman. I don't even know how many hours and can't stand it. However, Tiffany Henyard deflection. We'll do another video on Tiffany Henyard's deflections too. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. So before we leave, let's oh yeah, why not? And take the car away. Well, they did take the Tahoe away, didn't they? Yeah. Hasn't gone to trial yet. I believe we're talking about that guy that never talks and all of a sudden wanted to talk. But yeah, it's a civil case going on. Civil case. Las Vegas closed that case. Yeah, they did. I don't know why. Why did they close it? This is the thing. These people work both for the township. Well, not all of them. But a lot of the administration works for the township and the village. Or a different village. So this is how it is so easy to commingle funds and get away with stuff, I'll say. Right? Yeah, we stand with Fania. We most certainly do. Yeah, they closed the criminal. But yeah, she's got a civil lawsuit. And I think she'll win. And yes, French believes her too. But this is just one example of, commingling of employees. This is how you get away with stuff, right? There should be something in place where you can't have 2-3 positions. You know, the village, the township, the school board. But they do. And they allow it. And the residents vote for it. This is the thing. They vote for it. But that's just one example. I'll start making more Tiffany deflecting videos. People think I'm a Tiffany supporter. I'm not. Can't stand her. She should never have been voted in as mayor. Never. Everybody has seen how she acted as a trustee. Well, it's like Karen, a no vote is a vote for Trump. So now they're going to say a no vote is a vote for Tiffany. Right? But people are going to vote the way they want to vote. This isn't to persuade anybody. Anyways, thanks all for joining, and please hit the like, and if you so desire, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.